Stand-up comedy is a lot harder than people perceive it to be. People think that comedians are famous because they have a natural gift at being funny. But in reality, these famous comedians work their asses off every day for many years just to get noticed. People get into comedy for many different reasons. And if you go to an open mic consistently and you see the people performing, you'll notice how many of them drop out because getting up on a stage and saying something that doesn't get a laugh over and over can take its toll on a person. This is just a small glimpse at the comedy world in Carbondale.
I had been a big fan of stand-up, from whenever I was a really little kid. We had that day in like fourth grade. We were supposed to come dress which one to be as when you grow up, and I wore a button-up shirt and sunglasses because that's what I thought a comic was. And my mom was disappointed, pretty much from that day until now.
Always having people tell me when I was younger, I wasn't trying to be funny, but just having people tell me that I was funny. I don't know, comedy was just kind of a way for me to kind of open up to people.
I started doing comedy because I had a kidney transplant when I was 14, and I couldn't do anything athletic. So I always was interested in comedy, so my mom would take me to the local casino, because that's where the comedy club was. And I went there a couple times and I said, I kind of want to do it. And then at 14 years old, I just went up there and did impressions, and it went terrible. It was awful. But I didn't do it again for another 7 years. But comedy is it's always just been around me.
Dude, don't you hate it when you sit at a bar and talk to a guy whose dick is smaller than yours? I mean, what?
My personality, I've always tried to make people laugh. I'm a goof. I've always felt like an entertainer, even if I'm not a good entertainer. I don't really care. I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself or make like a goof when I shouldn't. It's okay.
Anyway, I was going through a real hard time in my life. Just hang with me, it'll be funny. Just kidding, kind of. Not really. I got a DUI and I was everything's sad, and I had what I like to call a quarter life crisis. So I was I should do something that makes me feel better about that, and jokes help that. So I just started writing jokes.
Brian Regan,
Chris Farley,
Dave Chappelle,
Bill Burr,
Kevin Hart,
Louis C.K.
Greg Hahn,
Patton Oswalt,
Eddie Murphy,
because he's on Sorry,
Gallagher,
David Cross,
Jim Carrey,
Kyle Kinane,
Hannibal Buress,
Maria Bamford,
Chris Rock,
Mike Birbiglia,
Richard Pryor.
Jim Gaffigan.
Right now, I'm working towards just being a road comic, a touring guy. And then I'd like to make the transition from being a road guy to movies, TV.
I don't really know if I ever want to get anything out of this. It's more of, I want people to laugh always, but outside of that, I kind of just want this to be my hobby, the thing I do. If people laugh and I can keep doing it on a regular basis, that's good enough for me.
I would like to try it full time.
One thing I do hope to get out of it is just to, provoke laughter and inspire people just to brighten the day. Even if that's all I do at the end of the day.
What shall I ever do?
I just want to be funny.
For anyone who is interested in doing stand-up, anytime there's an open mic, even if you are nervous as crap, you don't have any material prepared, go up on stage as many times as you can.
I think the point of stand-up is being as sincere as you can be on stage. I think it's a secret shortcut to being a real person on a stage. So I'd just like to do that and have people laugh at it.
Ever since I started watching live comedy back when my mom would take me to the casino, that's what I always wanted to do.
I've had this urge to go bowling recently. That's the whitest thing you can do. It's I can really go bowling.
I'm not good at much, but I think I'm good at being funny.
This drunk ass girl staggers over to me, puts her arm around me and goes, "Hey, I want you to know something. You're the hottest fat guy I've ever seen. Then she licked my face from here to here and walked away.
Bombing is probably one of the best things you can do as a comedian early on because that's the only way you're going to get better is learning and trying new things whenever they don't go as planned.
But it's like Jesus said, you gotta swing sometimes. You know, so I don't know. Just like,
A quote from Jesus. Sometimes you gotta swing.
I love doing comedy, and I do care if I'm good at it.
Shut up, James.